So Devin, it's great pleasure and honor to have you here. I think, it's really an historical event for eBay in Israel and our seller community. So thank you very much for being here.
I'm delighted to be here. This has been an incredible week. It's a great business, and it's really been a remarkable couple of days. It's been productive and inspiring and interesting, and I've got to come back soon. This is my last day.
So how do you see Israelis? What is unique about Israelis?
Well, I think what I knew intellectually, but now I know in person, is that this is a very special place that has a very unique ecosystem. So one of the reasons I came is because this is now one of our most important development centers around the world. We've doubled the number of people who are building our data and our catalog for the entire eBay world in Netanya. And this is really, really important work, and that's somewhat unique for a Silicon Valley company. They have outposts in many places, but to do such important core development in a place outside of our headquarters, which is in California, is not usually done. The other reason that I came is this is a great business, thanks to you, and thanks to you. And it's really remarkable that for a small country, you showed the ratios that 1 million active accounts out of 8 million people, the sales, the flywheel, the engagement of this market is really, really exciting. And we just scratched the surface. I think when you look at what e-commerce penetration just in the domestic market is here, we're at the very, very beginning. So what I've learned is Israelis are smart, and they're tough, and they're resourceful, and they like to build things like I do. And that's why I'm here, and that's why Israel is very important to eBay.
So this is a question we got from you guys. So they assume you will be trying Israeli food, and I know you did.
I am eating lots of Israeli food.
So
I even learned how to pronounce, in the United States we love hummus, but now I learned that is not the way you say it. Hummus. I've learned that.
So let's switch into product and the future of eBay and e-commerce. You're probably one of the first leaders to identify the potential of mobile and the significance it will take in our consumers' day-to-day life. And currently, 50% of all transactions are being touched by mobile. So how do you see the future of mobile and connected devices?
I think the fascinating thing is that you may not be aware of it yet, nobody feels it yet, but we're already entering the post-mobile age. So one of the things that I think we've done pretty well, there are things that we haven't done well as a company, but one of the things we've done well is we have identified these big technology shifts before they happen, and we've been able to make them work for commerce. The first one was the internet. eBay figured out, hey, we can sell stuff on this internet thing, and that was the beginning of the e-commerce age. And early on, we identified this and said, this thing isn't a toy. This is actually going to have a profound change to people's lives, and it's probably a great tool for commerce. And it really was. And think about early eBay with a lot of auctions, not so much anymore, but in 2007, when this device came out, think about what a mind-blowing experience it was if you participated as a buyer or a seller in auctions. And you had to be sitting at your desk, staring at your computer, and auctions ending, I got to sit there and be at a physical place, and then all of a sudden you're free. And now you could buy or sell anywhere and not be connected to a wire. So that was a next big shift. I think, look, mobile's going to be around for quite a while. Smartphones are going to be around for quite a while. But the internet of everywhere is right there, and it's coming fast. And some people would say the phone is dead, you just don't know it. And what that means is we're really going to quickly move to the next big platforms, which are screens everywhere. It won't just be the phone. There'll be a screen in your car. There'll be a screen on your wrist. There'll be a screen in walls like this. They'll be connected through the cloud. And for what that means for eBay, and by the way, powered by AI, artificial intelligence, data is becoming the new currency of computing platforms. And it's absolutely the work we're doing here in Israel, and it's going to be the currency that powers the new digital connectivity.
So speaking about the future, 2 years ago we have celebrated with most of the participants here eBay's 20th anniversary. So how do you envision eBay in the next 5 or 20 years?
The changes are going to be profound. One of the things I love about Silicon Valley and Netanya is it happens so fast. You know, when you think about how the world's changed in the last 5 years, you kind of forget that the phone only came around in 2007. That's not that long ago, 10 years ago. 5 years from now, 10 years from now, I do think we're going to be in a world where artificial intelligence is not a buzzword, it's real. eBay will be personal to millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of shoppers around the world. We're moving to a highly personal eBay that'll sit on what I hope is 300, 400, 500 million shoppers, multiple devices. And intelligence in the data says, you know, it is raining in Tel Aviv. Actually, that's a bad example. It never rains in Tel Aviv. But it's raining somewhere, and you're going to a sporting match, and we got you the tickets that you need, and we bought you the umbrella, and it's going to be there seamlessly and right away, and it's just going to work. And it's not intrusive, it's just custom, and it feels good. I think you'll start to see a version of that eBay within 2 to 3 years. And 5 to 10, who knows? One thing that I care about is that we're 10 times as big by that point, and we have our tentacles in billions of shoppers and shopping locations around the world. That's what I hope.
So if you can give one advice to an Israeli seller, what would it be?
Maybe I'll do 2. The first is about how they don't utilize all of our services. And I was really pleased to see you really get into some detail around the shipping label platform. But everything from promoted listings to shipping labels to, there's a lot there, and it's there to help you. You know, it's not there. Most of that stuff we don't make any money on. We make money when you sell your inventory. So I'd really encourage you. A lot of our sellers use 5% of the capabilities of the platform, and all of a sudden when they invest the time to really get to know the platform, they see their sales go like this. The second thing is, you know, be innovative. There's returns to innovation on eBay, and I know this is an incredibly innovative country and culture. Sourcing unique products. Finding the right product at the right price, right? Like you guys are entrepreneurs. That's why we love you. We're entrepreneurs too. We just have a bigger business that we're running. But entrepreneurism really matters, and being innovative and really, what's the product that's necessary? And use our data to see what buyers are demanding. And then go source that inventory and go look at what the pricing is. It's there. If you're hungry and you're smart and you're innovative, there's absolutely no reason you can't grow a great business on us. And if you're really hungry and really smart and really innovative, then give me your business card. I want you to work for us. I'm just teasing.
Many sellers feel that domestic sellers are being favored by the platform, while CBT sellers do not get everything that the domestic gets. So would you like to address that?
At the end of the day, I'm trying to get buyers what they want, period. You know, not what they want with some caveat, but we all win when buyers have a great experience. A great experience is the right product at the right price, delivered in a reasonable time frame. So to the extent that there's any favoritism of domestic inventory, it might only be because there's a better product at a better price coming in from somewhere else, or the shipping times are too difficult, and for that reason, if there's the same product, we might favor a closer product to the buyer because it'll get there in 3 days and not 2 weeks. But we're trying to close that gap. We're trying to innovate always on behalf of closing the gap between domestic and international sellers. Because for me, that's great. More buyers get more products that they want quickly. eBay gets bigger, we all win.
So can you share with us how did you come to lead eBay? What was the way that you went through till you came to lead this company?
Well, I've been at eBay 5 years, and I've been CEO for 2 years. You know, it's interesting. I was at a company before eBay that people think isn't that similar, a media company that I ran, Reuters. Some of you know the media company. And actually, there were a lot of similarities between that business and eBay's. It doesn't seem intuitive, but it's a marketplace. It's a technology-driven company. And we had built a big internet business, and I got to know the previous management team of eBay just through, I don't know, whatever circles. And 5 years ago, when I left my last company, I got a call from my predecessor, the last CEO of eBay, and he said, "Would you come see me?" And I said, "No." And the long story short is he said, "Look, we'd really like you to come and potentially be my successor." And I thought, I was living in New York, and prior to that I had lived in London, and it was an enormous decision to take 2 kids, one of who was in high school, and move them across the country. Not an easy decision. But the short version of it is, you know, I really do believe, I did believe, and I do believe even more now, that this is one of the world's great companies, not only because of its success, but because of the role that it plays in the world. That matters to me a lot.
How's your schedule, your day-to-day schedule looks like?
Oh, do we really want to do this? Are we ready to, you ready to be depressed? Sorry for me. I get up really, really early. I get up like 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:30, and I tend to exercise. Look, everybody's just looking at, what is wrong with this guy? Lots is wrong with this guy, believe me. And oftentimes before that I'll call Asia, because California is in a time zone that's not really close to anything else. So I try to get Asia in that window. As the CEO, I end up having to do a lot of things. I deal on any given day with investors or media or prime ministers. But what I really love to do is I love to spend time on our product. I love to talk about where we're taking the product, how customers are going to get a better experience, how eBay is going to be unique, and how we're going to deliver great service to buyers and sellers around the world.
The thing that, you know, everybody likes to know is, what was your latest purchase on eBay?
To be honest, I don't even know. I'll have to, hold on. I'll tell you what my most interesting purchase was, but my latest purchase is a bottle of white wine, which I sent home. Before that, I bought my daughter a rare, I'm a bad dad, you're going to think I'm a bad dad. I bought her these rare Doritos chips, you know, these snacks that you can't get in the United States. I'm not kidding. I'll show you the app after this. The Canadian version of some Doritos. She's obsessed with rare snacks, so I'm having shipped. Don't tell my wife.
During this process, have you met with Piero Midiao, our founder?
His story is amazing. He's a really interesting, amazing guy. The other thing that was important is we have this very rare thing for an internet company where we have a founder who is around and involved but doesn't run the business and doesn't want to run the business. You know, usually you end up with a founder that either runs the business or a founder who's not at all around, or a founder who meddles and screws the business up. We've got this rare thing with Pierre, who's now one of the world's great philanthropists, who he's on our board. He's available anytime I want to talk to him, but he doesn't meddle, and he trusts me to run the business. And he's in many ways the cultural beacon of the company, but he's not otherwise involved, which is perfect.
So Devin, again, thank you very much for finding the time to come to Israel and spend the time with us, and your direct and honest answers for our questions. So thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you.